I'm not gonna shoot this for you right now. Or should I? Should I shoot it? Welcome back to yet another episode of Mixology and Mortgages with Hatchman. Today, I want to talk about the importance of timing. Timing when it comes to mortgages and what that looks like from a few different standpoints, as well as timing in cocktails. Today, we're going to be making a layered cocktail. It's actually going to be a shot. I don't do a lot of these because I'm not a big shot guy. I'm not in my 20s anymore. I'm not looking to get hammered immediately. But today we're gonna make a shot so that I can show you the layering technique and talk about how that really goes into why timing is important. So in previous videos, we have talked with Amanda Coogan, my assistant, and we talked about the importance of getting documents to us in a timely manner. Now, why is that important, right? If I ask you to give me a pay stub, why is it important that you get me that pay stub quickly? Typically, when you're buying a home, when you start the close of escrow, it is typically a 30-day process, right? So from the time that you go under contract to the time that you close is about 30 days. However, in many cases, especially in the market right now, because sellers want to sell things quickly, we have to do it faster than 30 days. Now, 30 days and even 20 days may sound like a long time, right? A long period of time, but it's really not. It goes by super fast when you're actually under contract. So back it up. Let's take a look at when you first make an offer on a home and the seller accepts your offer. Now you're under contract, right? The clock starts. But what clock? First of all, if you're working with a real estate agent in a standard transaction, you enter your inspection period. Inspection period is 10 days. You have 10 days to figure out if this house is still good, if you still want to buy it, if it's in sound shape, right? This gives you time to go and do an inspection to make sure that the roof isn't caving in, that there's no black mold, that it's not riddled with termites. You have 10 days to get that all together. For whatever reason, it doesn't work out. If it is riddled with termites and mold and there's cracks in the foundation, you can back out and get your earnest money back and move on to the next house. There's also timing regarding the mortgage process. If you had worked with a lender that knew what they were doing, you should have already provided your pay stubs, W-2s, tax returns, all kinds of other documents to make sure that your pre-approval is a legit, true approval. If you got a pre-qualification letter without submitting any documents whatsoever, well, good luck. No, not good luck, but that could be a red flag, because again, as mortgage lenders, we do need to see documents, again, unless we can verify them digitally. As long as you were able to provide those, most of that should have been done up front. But again, there's still some items that we need. The number one item is disclosures. So once you sign that contract, as you know, you're signing a bunch of stuff, it's all electronically, now you're under contract. Now it comes to the loan. Well, we have gotten a copy of the contract. We put in the purchase price, the property address, all that other information, and now we're going to disclose the loan to you, saying you're applying for a mortgage, right? You need money to buy this house. You don't have it in cash, so you're borrowing it from us. Here are the disclosures. Here's what it's going to cost you. Here's the line-by-line item of your fees, the appraisal, the lending fees, the title fees, your taxes and insurance for escrowing. It breaks down everything for you. We need you to acknowledge all of this before we can get it in front of an underwriter. We need you to sign off on it and say, yep, it looks good. I understand that I'm applying for a mortgage. I want to move it to the next process. So if you wait 5 days to do that, that's 5 days that we're sitting there doing nothing because we need you to sign your disclosures. So timing, sign those disclosures the second they are available. There's a lot of paperwork. Not many people read them, but I know them like the back of my hand, inside and out. Call me, I can give you the Cliff Note version of every single page and tell you basically what you're signing for. The other thing to remember when you're signing these initial disclosures, you're not promising that you're getting a loan. You're not saying, yep, I'm 100% getting the loan no matter what. You're not guaranteeing anything. You're just acknowledging the fact that you've applied for a mortgage and you're ready to take it to the next level, which is to have underwriting review it. Again, unless they've already done that in the pre-approval process. Depends on your lender. I pre-approve everybody. Sign those disclosures quickly. So that's the first step right there. Number two, additional documentation. Once we're through underwriting, there's more than likely going to be more paperwork that we're going to need. That's just how it works. We've seen what we've seen, but as we study those items, if we see that you made a $10,000 cash deposit, we need to know where that money came from, so we're going to ask for additional documentation. If there is a dollar amount that comes out every single month that wasn't on your credit report, we might need to know about that. Is this a debt that you didn't disclose to us? So again, as we study and as we see things, as underwriting reviews things, we may need additional documentation. And again, the longer it takes you, so the second we ask for those items, if it takes you 2 to 3 days to get us those items, that's 2 to 3 days that your loan is just sitting there doing nothing. So again, the quicker you can get us those items, the quicker we can get it back in front of underwriting, get your approval, all of that stuff. In the meantime, we're waiting on an appraisal. We're waiting on home inspections. There's lots of moving parts. But the ability for you to move quickly to get the items when we need them allows us to do our job and get things done very quickly as well, so that we're not waiting last minute to close, right? We're not the day of closing waiting for documents to arrive at the title office so that you can sign and fund. No, we want to do all of that ahead of time. There's one other document that's really important that you sign early in the process. It's called the closing disclosure. The closing disclosure has a 3-day waiting period from the time that you sign it to the time that you can sign and close on the loan. If your closing date is on the 20th, you don't have that document till the 18th and sign it then, you're not closing till the 21st, because we have to wait those 3 days. There is no way around that. You know what? That's actually not true. There was once in my career, if there is a crazy situation, and again, it needs to be like act of God sort of thing where you weren't able to sign it, we can waive that period, but it is super, super rare. Do not count on it. That has to be a crazy, unique situation. For the most part, 3 days waiting period from the time that's closing disclosure to the time you can sign final documents. The good news is, with us here at Loan Depot, we try to get that closing disclosure out to you as soon as we can. In most cases, we send it right after we get the appraisal. In some cases, if the appraisal's gonna come in late towards the end of the process, we can even get it out prior. So, sign that closing disclosure, get us those documents as soon as you can. Timing is so important. You know that just with purchasing, right? If you're out in the market, timing is everything. If you can get in there and make an offer before anybody else, you can get that house before someone else maybe. So timing is important, guys. Gotta be quick. But today, with our cocktail, we're gonna be slow, because I'm gonna show you how to layer a B52 shot. Pretty popular shot if you're into those sort of things. It consists of 3 ingredients: Kahlua coffee liqueur, Bourbon Cream, in my case. I think most other people use some sort of other cream. And then you top it off with a little bit of Grand Marnier, which is an orange liqueur. You can actually make this into a cocktail, I've heard, and kind of sip it, but I mean, it's coffee, cream, and orange, which is pretty tasty. If I'm gonna drink something like that, I'd rather just shoot it. See if I actually know what I'm doing. I've only made this one other time, so. We start with the Kahlua, the coffee. This is the heaviest of them, so it's gonna sit at the bottom. So this first one, you can just pour right in the shot glass. We have our first layer of the B52. I didn't have a fully clear shot glass, so we're using my my Tough Mudder one here. That's right, I ran the Tough Mudder twice actually. Next is our Bourbon Cream. We're gonna measure this out. If it's a shot, obviously, we're doing basically 1/3 of a shot in each one of these. The trick is you take the back of a bar spoon, you stick it in the shot glass. I don't know if we can even see this going on here. Take the back of the bar spoon and you slowly pour the cream over the back of the bar spoon, and that is going to layer it. All right, we have our second layer in. It's looking pretty good. I don't want to move it because I'm afraid I'm going to mix it all up. Finally, we have our Grand Marnier, the orange liqueur. I get another 1/3 of an ounce in there, nice and slow. I guess technically you don't have to be slow on this part. This is the lightest of all of them, so, oh, that's for that. This is for this. Back of the spoon. We're gonna layer this in there, nice and slow. All right, see how we did, guys. We have the layered B52 cocktail. You know what, that actually came out pretty good. Boom, and there it is. I'm not gonna shoot this for you right now. Or should I? Should I shoot it? I think we should shoot this. Let's do it. All right, the B52 shot, guys. Before I take this shot, I need you to make sure to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. You guys are the best. Cheers. Ooh, that's good.